Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Daily. According to sources, Everton have approached former Chelsea manager Frank Lampard about the vacant position at Goodison Park. Obviously, this continues to roll on following Rafa Benitez's sacking at the weekend. Lampard has been out of work since Chelsea sacked him over a year ago. And according to these reports, Everton are interested in him. Obviously, we're getting different things each day, aren't we? There's Niko Kovac as well, was another name this morning. Well, yesterday, but carrying on this morning, saying that Everton are interested in him. He has, of course, been managed by Munich and Monaco recently. Wayne Rooney, another one who is gathering pace, really. He's having a lot of support in the media about Wayne Rooney. He's obviously doing a brilliant job at Derby County. He apparently would be open to, want to come back to Everton and manage them, although apparently he'd prefer it at the end of the season to try and finish what he started at Derby County. There's a lot of talk about giving it to Duncan Ferguson until the end of the season and taking a more measured approach on it, seeing how Duncan does between now and the summer. And elsewhere, Danny Mills and Don Hutchison, they've thrown their weight behind Brighton manager Graham Potter, saying that he'd be perfect for Everton and Everton should do everything they can to get Potter to Goodison. The manager himself, I think, seems quite happy at Brighton now, and whether he'd leave mid-season is another thing to think about. But, you know, in terms of Lampard, obviously done a really good job at Chelsea in his first season, got them into the Champions League. And then it didn't quite work out in his second season, and he was replaced, of course, by Thomas Tuchel, who went on and won the Champions League in the same season. Is it a natural fit for Lampard at Everton? Some people think so. Some Evertonians like the idea of it. Others are unsure. He's 43 years of age. And of course, had experience at Derby County as well. So we'll have to see whether there's any more developments on this. Other names we heard yesterday, Slaven Bilic, Jose Mourinho. There's going to be everyone touted around. I'm sure agents getting in touch with the club saying this fella's interested, and we know what happens when agents speak to our owner. So let's hope they make a better decision than they did last time. Everton are also apparently interested in Brighton's sporting director of football, whatever he is, Dan Ashworth, who has done an excellent job at Brighton. He's got everything in place there, the club, the structure of the club, running well. He speaks very well, very intelligent man, and apparently Everton are really interested in him. They'd obviously have to offer him a big contract to come here, and the biggest thing over that was not whether Ashworth would be interested, because maybe he would be, but the only way he'd be interested is if Everton did actually allow him to do his job, bring him in and let him get on with his job. And we've seen up to now, that hasn't really been the case with Steve Walsh or Marcel Brands. So somehow Farhad Moshiri, if he did want Dan Ashworth, would have to convince him that he would step away and let Ashworth put the structure in place. I think the idea of it is excellent. I think it'd be brilliant for Everton to get him in and let him just get on with it. I think you get a lot of people behind that, and that would be a plan and a good one. But whether or not you could get him out of Brighton, and whether or not Everton could leave him alone, people at Everton could leave him alone to actually get on with the job in hand, is another thing. And finally, Neville Southall has criticised Everton owner Farhad Moshiri for the lack of structure at Everton. Southall also criticised Marcel Brands' recruitment and his performance in general as a director of football. Southall calling him a disaster, and said that the recruitment was really poor. He went on in the article to talk about Moshiri and talk about the standards that the owner has set, saying he has to set higher standards. Went on and talked about Howard Kendall and always trying to improve the team. And just because you've got good players, he referenced Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he referenced Jordan Pickford. He said they're two brilliant players, but we should be looking to get better than both of them, because that's how you do it. That's how you improve. That's how you win things. Talk about Howard Kendall doing that when he brought Gary Lineker in for Andy Gray, always trying to improve things. And he said, but that has to come from the owner. So, hopefully Farhad Moshiri will read that and heed some of it and put it into practice. And maybe that kind of feeds into that last story I was talking about, the Dan Ashworth one. Maybe Everton could get a proper reset in place and start again almost, but do it properly, stop trying to cut corners. But it remains to be seen. Let's see what happens over the next few days. That is it for the News Daily. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, And if you want more daily live videos, why not come and join us on Patreon? The link is in the description. See you later.